Fedro, and this is cozyfeji, and on this channel we cover a variety of things such as video essays, reviews, JRPGs, and all things cozy gaming. And welcome to 2024! Yes, we finally made it to a new year, and with new year comes new year resolutions. So today I wanted to share with you guys some gaming new year resolutions that I want to bring into this new year 2024. Now, of course, again, like new year's resolutions, everyone kind of comes into the new year hoping to start off fresh and start off new with some new habits to be broken and some new new disciplines to enact on hopefully in the coming year. I always am kind of adamant with saying, or adamant to believe, that if you want to make a change, you shouldn't have to wait till the new year. You can change whenever. But again, however, doesn't mean that I also fall into the idea of making some new resolutions for yourself for the new year, because it's a new year, new fresh start, new year, new me. So let's get on to some of the gaming resolutions that I have for 2024. So the first gaming resolution that I have is diversify your game genres. Explore new gaming genres to broaden your gaming experience. Now for me, I've noticed that, as you guys obviously know by the intro of my channel, I focus on JRPGs and cozy gaming and RPGs and all that under that umbrella. But I realized I don't really play anything outside of that. And it's kind of like, how can I call myself a gamer if I don't really explore other things? So I definitely want to take the time this year to explore different genres, such as like platformers or puzzle games. I've been dabbling a little bit more in visual novels, which are some games that I like to play from here and there, as well as maybe dabble into the world of some Souls-like games. I don't know how that's going to turn out for me, but I just want to be able to say that I tried at least, and maybe I might find something that I actually end up liking and enjoying. So I definitely want to take the time to really diversify the gaming genres that I consume and play. Also, to set realistic gaming goals and establish achievable gaming goals, whether completing certain levels or achieving specific in-game milestones. Now, I feel like when I talk about setting specific gaming goals, I think it's just important that maybe I maybe want to, like last year I played a total of 18 games. Maybe this year let's try to play 20. If I don't beat it, that's totally fine, but at least I know that I want to strive that, especially for someone whose backlog is ever growing. Being able to set that goal, like, hey, if I want to put in 20 games this year, that's great. Then I can chip away 20 games that are on my backlog. So definitely want to get better at that for sure. Also, balancing gaming with other activities. Maintaining a healthy balance between gaming and other aspects of my life, such as work, socializing, and physical activity. Now, this is definitely an idea that I tried to do last year, but I feel like I kind of fell apart towards the end of the year. If you guys don't know, reading is a huge aspect of my life. It's also another hobby that I love besides gaming. But I noticed towards the end of last year, towards like maybe October to December, I kind of wasn't reading that many books compared to the earlier months of the year. I don't know if it's because I was in a reading slump or because I was just so focused on gaming and content creating and work and school. That reading definitely took a back burner. So I definitely want to get a better idea and better scheduling, or I guess just a better balance of everything. So I can keep myself obviously sane and also accomplish goals and other hobbies that I have as well. So I think it's definitely important for me to have that clear balance. Like sometimes if I don't play video games that one day, that's fine. I could always pick up a book or go for a walk or hang out with friends. Just be able to not solely focus on one hobby or one aspect of my life and kind of neglect everything else, which is kind of what I noticed towards the end of last year. Number 4, I definitely want to be more connected with the gaming communities. Engage with gaming communities to share experiences, tips, and make gaming friends, which is wasn't necessarily a goal of mine last year, but I definitely noticed that reaching out to some of my other content creator friends or having just making new connections, and I guess in a sense it is kind of networking, but being able to be engaged with the community and talking to you guys was honestly a really great thing. I did that also by doing my JRPG hot takes video or my top RPG protagonist video or stuff like that, or even the OST tracks. I loved being able to engage with the community because it was honestly a great way to form discussion and discourse and engage you guys in part of my videos as well, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I definitely want to keep and incorporate that for sure coming into 2024. Also, explore indie games. Discover and support indie game developers by trying out lesser known games and contributing to the diverse gaming ecosystem. Now, I definitely want to show my love and support for indie games. I made a whole video about how indie game developers are so important. However, when I looked at the games that I completed last year, I did not really listen to my own words because I didn't really play that many indie games as much as I thought I had. So I definitely want to make that more of an initiative to take the time to play smaller teams or just smaller games and indie developed games, because those developers definitely do deserve the time and the spotlight and recognition that they do and working hard on these games that we play. And because I feel like in this time a lot of people are so caught up with AAA games that we kind of overlook the smaller teams out there that are working just as hard. So I definitely want to consume and play a lot more smaller and indie games for sure. Also, I want to be able to give back to the gaming community, contributing positively to the gaming community through content creation, tutorials, or participating in shared events with the gaming world. Now, this is something that I definitely 100% want to do. I know that this has been a whole fiasco about the whole completionist situation, but I definitely do think that being able to communicate thoroughly and also engage in helping out smaller teams, whether that be, again, mentioning smaller dev teams and promoting their games, or making tip videos, or making list of great games that you guys should check out, or even supporting charities that help with smaller teams or just world issues. I think it's definitely important that I bring awareness to, because if I have a platform, I should be able to use it. And that definitely is something I want to utilize and do this coming 2024. I also want to be able to master a new gaming skill, challenging myself by mastering a new gaming skill, whether that's speedrunning, competitive gaming, or learning specific gaming mechanics in depth. Now, for me, and more specific, I definitely want to challenge myself in 2 specific gaming genres, and that is 1, Souls-like games, as well as platformers. Those, especially platformers, have always been the bane of my existence, but not this year. In 2024, I want to make it a challenge, and also just to help with my motor skills and depth perception, because I think those are pretty bad when it comes to gaming and platformers specifically. Being able to master them and accomplish and beat them without any help, I think would be such a huge accomplishment for me. So that's definitely something I want to try and play and incorporate more this year. So whether that be, again, Souls like a platformer, or maybe like a roguelike like Hades or something, I definitely want to challenge myself this year for sure. And lastly, I want to be able to practice more responsible gaming. Be mindful of my gaming habits and practice responsible gaming, ensuring it doesn't negatively impact my well-being or daily responsibilities. Sometimes, like us gamers, we tend to go on really long gaming sessions, whether that's like an hour to maybe 10 hours or spending the whole day just gaming. And that's fun. And I definitely do think that sometimes that's just a way to blow off steam or just to like relax. And I totally think that's fine, but always do that in moderation. I can't be doing that all weekend long sometimes. Also, I want to be more mindful with and conscious of how I'm consuming and buying games. I realized last year I impulse bought so many games that I didn't really need to, and I feel like I got into the scarcity mindset, or FOMO really got to me. I want to be able to spend my money wisely, and that's just not just in gaming but just in general. I'm going into this year in a kind of a low buy year. I'm trying to only buy the necessities, and also of course I want to indulge every once in a while, but not make it a habit. So when it comes to gaming in this instance, I'm only going to play games that I know 100% that I'm going to play right away. And by mean right away, I mean within the next 6 months, because I look at my backlog and there are games that have been in there for years that I have not touched that are still in the wrapping. So that is definitely a bad habit that I have, especially someone who likes to, I wouldn't necessarily call myself like a hardcore collector, but sometimes I like to have things in my collection just for the funsies, and I realize that's not really great for my wallet. So I definitely want to be more conscious of what I'm spending my money on and how I go about playing games, because again, like I mentioned before, they just collect dust. And I also just want to work on my backlog and narrowing that down. So I definitely want to be able to deal with my backlog and not succumb to FOMO and the scarcity mindset, and just focus on what I already own, because I have a huge library of games already in my collection that I could definitely take the time to play. In terms of that, I definitely want to, in terms of games that I definitely know I want to play this year, I definitely want to continue with my Trails of the series marathon, I guess you would say. I'm playing every game in chronological release order. So I just finished the Trails in the Sky arc. Also, just a heads up, I will be making a video in the coming weeks to talk about my thoughts and review on all of the 3 games in the Trails in the Sky arc video. So keep your eyes open and peels for that. But I definitely want to continue with the Legend of Heroes series and continue playing that, as well as now that Trails Through Daybreak is coming out this summer. So I don't know if I'll be able to make it and get to it, but a girl can try. I also want to continue going back to my Final Fantasy marathon. I kind of skipped and went to FF7 OG, and I wasn't really vibing with it that much, so we're just gonna go back to what I originally was doing and going back in chronological order but backwards. So I started off with 16, played 15, 13. I played a little bit of 14, and so I'm currently on 12. So I'm going to go back to that some point this year. And I also, another franchise that I definitely want to play for sure is Kingdom Hearts. I know Kingdom Hearts is a very nostalgic series for a lot of people, but I definitely want to. I have had the Master Collection, or whatever collection it's called, in my collection, just collecting dust. So definitely I want to tap into that franchise this year. And with that, that is pretty much all of my gaming New Year's resolutions. I hope that I can at least achieve some of them. It would be a miracle and it'd be amazing if I can achieve them all, but I don't want to like reprehend myself for not completing them all, because then I would just feel really guilty, and that's never fun. But it's definitely nice to just be able to know that I have a list of things that I want to accomplish this year, and even if I accomplish 1, 2, 3, or all of them, it's still an accomplishment nonetheless. So comment down below, what are some gaming New Year's resolutions that you have for yourself? And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!